Okay. Now, there are many explanations on the qualities of students for a Lama. We're always talking about the qualities of a Lama and what the Lama should require and how the Lama should be, because the Lama is always in the spotlight. And how the Lama can be criticized or helped or not helped or whatever. There's a lot of criticism or there's a lot of comments about the Lama, but there's also the qualities of the student. So a real student, a real student is not necessarily a real student of a Rinpoche or a Geshe or a Lama. It happens to be that you learn Dharma from this person, but a real student is a student of their own mind, of the Dharma. That's a real student. A real student should have should follow 50 verses of Guru devotion, 50 verses for protocol, outer protocol. And the outer protocol for following the 50 verses is to train the inner mind in awareness, in service of the Dharma, in service of one's practice, in service of one's Lama, to facilitate one's Lama to give the Dharma talk. So following the 50 verses of Guru devotion is actually for training up in awareness. Those who cannot serve the Lama well, or who are not aware, and who are always making mistakes, it is very important for them to study and memorize and read through the 50 verses of Guru devotion. Why is that? Every part of that is not to be a slave to a Lama, it is to create awareness. In fact, a lot of it is pretty much common sense. Common sense. So therefore, if we condense those 50 verses, we come down to the 9 attitudes that a student should have in receiving Dharma from a Lama. Lama meaning one's teacher, in interaction, and for one's spiritual practice to advance. And as Crystal pointed out, it is on page 5 in Shatse's Jewel. And the first one is, it says here, by realizing that the root of happiness and goodness is correctly devoting myself to the kind Lord Guru, who is the foundation of all good qualities, I shall devote myself to him with great respect, not forsaking him even at the cost of my life. Number 1, I should act like an obedient son, act exactly in accordance with the Guru's advice. Number 2, even when Maras, evil friends, and the like try to split from the Guru, be like a Vajra, inseparable forever, a Dhammatine, diamond-like. Whenever the Guru gives you work, no matter how heavy the burden, be like the earth, bear it all. When devoting yourself to the Guru, whatever suffering occurs, be like a mountain, immovable. 5, even if you are given all the difficult tasks, and difficult is subjective, is relative and subjective, it's on the person. Even if you are given all the difficult tasks, be like a servant of a king, perform them with undisturbed mind. Number 6, abandon pride. Be like a sweeper, hold yourself lower than the Guru. Number 7, no matter how difficult or heavy the burden, be like a rope, hold the Guru's work with joy. Number 8, even when the Guru criticizes, provokes, or ignores you, be like a faithful dog, never respond with anger. Number 9, be like a boat. Never be upset to come or go for the Guru at any time. So these are condensed versions of the 50 verses of Guru devotion. Be like an obedient son, act exactly in accordance with the Guru's advice. If one accepts a person as a teacher, one is submitting to one's own mind and the Dharma practices to improve one's mind, to bring one further and farther and faster in your spiritual evolution. Having a direct teacher that can give you living experience and talk and answer questions and have the empowerments and also have the lineage and have the blessings and oral transmissions passed on to you is something very rare and very precious. So in order to do that, our relationship with our guru should not be that of a boss to a subservient, should not be that of an employer to an employee, should not be that of an older brother scolding a younger brother. It should not be that of a husband or a wife in a sense of fighting, and then sometimes harmony, sometimes fighting. It should be that of an obedient son acting exactly in accordance with the guru's wishes. Why is that? If you meet an abusive, scary, ill-motivated guru, of course you can be taken advantage of. You can be exploited and used and abused and taken for a big ride. That is definitely so. And that has happened in the past. It has happened in the past to people. But if one has taken the time to check one's spiritual teacher, if one has taken the time to check one's Dharma teacher, and one has examined one's Dharma teacher, and over time, to avoid this problem, then you have no problems being as obedient as you can to like a son. Obedience to your guru like a son means what? Is if your guru is a real guru, he will not give you work that you cannot do. He will not exploit you. He will not use you. He will not harm you in any way, shape, or form. So if you always have that doubt whether your guru is harmful or beneficial or not, that is why it's very important to check one's guru out before one takes the person as one's guru. Once one hastily takes that person as a guru and you act out of line, is your responsibility. But that's why it's important to check beforehand. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 9 year, 12 year. It's recommended to check the guru for 12 years while the guru checks you for 12 years. And therefore most gurus will not confer initiations or higher practices or higher vows to any of their new students or disciples ever. Because why? They're checking the Dharma. A real guru will take their time to confer those kind of practices on you. Why? They're not there to exploit you. They're not there to make you their student. They're not in a rush to make you connect with them. Real gurus don't push you for refuge. Real gurus don't push you to take commitments with them. Real gurus do not push you to take initiations and ceremonies with them that make you connected with them. They don't do that. Real gurus will tease you, play with you, jest with you, push you around, scream at you, shout at you, put you down, give you gifts, make you happy, help you, shout at you, back and forth, so you can see each other's characteristics and qualities. That's what a real guru does. And if one has the fortune to be near one's teacher on a personal basis, then one can examine the guru's character and his daily activities all the time. Whether the daily activities of the guru is mundane or dharmic is not the activity. It is the motivation behind it. It is a motivation. So therefore, one should be obedient like a son to the teacher. Why? If we meet a good guru and we're obedient like a son, he will only give us exercises or activities and practices to do that will make us excel. Simple as that. So if you don't cooperate with your teacher, how will you excel? Then you're not an obedient son, in inverted commas. Number 2, even when maras, evil friends, and the like try to split you from the guru, be like a vajra, inseparable forever. Meaning, maras come 4 ways. There are 4 types of mara, inner and outer maras. But in general, maras represent spirits, ghosts on the outside, who may come and speak negative things to us about the Dharma, about the guru, and push us off the path. Or they can be inner maras, a lot of anger, impatience, ineptness, laziness, irresponsibility. Those are the very, very big maras. Very, very big. Mara is an obstacle, is a demon. But the demon is not always on the outside. So those inner maras, such as laziness, selfishness, anger, and all these characteristics stop us from carrying out the Guru's spiritual instructions to us. And those are very dangerous. So when they come to our minds, after we have checked our guru, we have accepted our guru, we should see those as maras and avert them. If they're outer maras, to push away outer maras, the most effective way is doing the meditation on bodhicitta, great compassion. Inner maras, we let the anger come, we let the jealousy come, we let the lack of faith come and go, let it pass. Don't get attached to it, don't get attracted to it. Why? We can't get rid of anger overnight. Then evil friends and the like. What are evil friends? Evil friends are not people who come with daggers and clubs and hammers. And they have fangs and red faces and long hair and they're disheveled and they're bloody and they have long fingernails. Those are not evil friends. Evil friends are anyone that take your time and energy away from the thoughts of enlightenment. Evil friends can come and talk to you very nicely. Evil friends can come and talk to you very roughly. Evil friends can praise you. Evil friends can not praise you. Evil friends are people who make you turn against or away or lose confidence in your guru. And they can do it on purpose, they can do it accidentally, and they can do it inadvertently. Inadvertently means, how do you turn someone away from their guru inadvertently, which is not accidental? Inadvertently means they themselves break their commitments. They themselves break their vows. They themselves avoid the guru. They themselves don't like the guru. They themselves never praise the guru. They never talk. They never go near the guru. They themselves always avoid the guru. And when they do that all the time for a new person, the new person needs the kicker-upper. They need someone to talk about the guru's good qualities and past good actions and what's been done. They need that to encourage them. So when we meet someone that doesn't encourage our guru, that has had a fallout, inverted commas, or they themselves have broken their commitment to the gurus, even if they don't say one word about the guru, positive or negative, being with those people bring us down immediately. Why? Because their objective is different than ours already. Already different. And then the people who overtly and directly criticize one's guru, those are evil friends. On this level, if we hang out with them, we have the danger of losing our confidence and faith and not progressing in our progressing in our positive spiritual practice. Why is that? Why is that? Because we have positive and negative dispositions according to the environmental cause or the environmental trigger they can open. So therefore, if we're around Dharma students and we're around people with our same intention and same goals, and they encourage us, it triggers for these positive dispositions to open. If we're around negative people or people who have broken their samaya, even if they're not against your guru, even if they're against their guru, they have broken samaya energy, very dirty. So when they come around you, they affect you. Their energy bring you down. And they coming around you talking negative about their guru, talking negative about your guru, or not encouraging you towards your guru in any way, trigger the negative disposition to open. So most of us have more negative disposition than positive. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in samsara. So when the negative disposition from our previous lives open, we can't do Dharma practice. That's why in the tantras, in the tantric vows, for those of you who have those, you should know, those who scourge and scorn and dislike our guru, we're not allowed even to talk with them. We're not allowed to share food with them. We're not even allowed to share our instruments or our vajras and bells or talk about tantric secrets or do tantric practice with them anymore. We can't perform tok with them anymore. Why? Their energy can pollute us and bring us down and trigger the opening of negative energy, negative karma. So you're thinking, but that's not very compassionate. Of course it's very compassionate. At your level, if you let someone disturb your practice, how will you become a Buddha to help them? How? By avoiding them, you're a very compassionate one. On a worldly level, you send a message to them, I'm not happy with what you're doing, and unless you reform, I can't support you. I can't support you. And on a spiritual level, if someone disturbs your practice and pushes you off, how will you become an attained being or a Buddha to benefit them? At your level, their disturbance, their broken samaya, can push you off the path, can influence you and make you think negatively. There might be even other disciples of the teacher that these people always say negative things, do negative, and they push them away from the guru. They push them away from the teacher. When they push them away from the teacher, who suffers? The teacher or the person? Of course, that person. So therefore, staying around or associating or communicating or being close to people who are broken to samaya, who are against their teachers, against your teacher, even their teacher, is very dangerous if you do not know how to handle them. You have to be advanced to handle them. Why? If your teacher cannot tame them and control them, how can you? So over time, they will wear you down. They will make you lose confidence. They'll make you see flaws. Then you say, well, they can't make me see flaws that I didn't see. Well, they can lie. They can manipulate. They can twist and turn. And if they've broken off with your guru, and you've met them through your guru, you met them through your guru's center, you met them through your guru's friends, if they've broken off from your guru, why do they still tag along with you? Why? Is their life so empty without Dharma friends? If they had no other friends outside of Dharma, what does that tell you about them? So it's very, very dangerous when we hang around with evil friends, and then there are friends who like your guru, and they love your guru, and they love your practice, and they're your same traditions, but they don't practice. They break their commitments. They're lazy. They don't do their sadhanas. They don't serve their lamas. They don't hate the lamas. They're just lazy and flippant, and they're very, very irresponsible. Those are evil friends too. Why are those evil friends? They're not evil friends by nature. They're evil friends by action. Why? Because when we hang around them, they distract our time away. They take our time away. They may say, let's go to the movies every night, not because they want to hurt you or take you away from their practice, because their mind is untamed, uncontrolled. Their mind cannot have any type of Dharma go in. But they don't hate the guru. They like it. And they might even flip back and forth. They might even say, oh, my guru is my guru one day. Oh, it's my teacher. Oh, it's my friend. It's my guru. It's my teacher. They're confused about what they're doing in their lives. These people are not evil by character, but extremely irresponsible. And they set a very bad example for new students. Why? Because the new students come in, they don't know what to do. To be devotional, to follow or not follow. How a lama or how the teaching spread is dependent on how the students speak and how the students act. If the students know how to praise and speak and talk about the good qualities of the lama, then people will know. Offhand, when you look at someone, how will you know their good qualities? If the students remain quiet and don't say anything, the lamas never grow. Never grow. And hence the lamas who grow these days is not just a matter of their status or their attainments and who they are these days. It's a matter of having a good publicist. People will write books about them, put them in articles, advertise their good qualities, and talk about them, supposing they have those qualities. It's not like before in Tibet. Now it's a matter of good publicists, good writers, newspapers, magazines, and people who believe in their gurus so much to spread their gurus' kindness and dharma through those mediums. So if we do nothing about that, we just sit back and we know our guru's good qualities, it's very selfish. Why? We're not helping everybody else. So if we can't help people directly, we can help other people by letting people know our guru's good qualities, explaining our guru's good qualities. That is our responsibility. How did you all come to Buddhism? Buddha taught you about his good qualities, or his students taught you? How do you have faith in Tsong Rinpoche? How do you have faith in Dalai Lama? You never even met him, or if you met him, briefly, because someone explained their qualities to you. Repeatedly, again and again and again. How did you buy anything? Your apartment, your house, your refrigerator, because someone said this brand is good, this brand is good, this location is good, this apartment is good, this developer is good. Someone kept telling you it's good. So you heard about it. Someone advertised it, so you read about it. Then you bought it, then you purchased it, then you got your car, then you got your refrigerator, then you bought your apartment, and you enjoy the good quality of it because someone told you it's good. Similarly, in that way, if you don't talk about your guru, advertise, you don't write, you don't say anything, you just stay quiet, me, it's very selfish. Why? Then you keep your guru's potential to yourselves. How does anybody know anything about anything? Talking. Talking. Advertising. So in today's modern world, that's even more applicable. Much more applicable. In countries where magazines and books of His Holiness the Dalai Lama are very prevalent, then everybody knows about his greatness. In countries where his books are not allowed or not prevalent, nobody knows anything about him. You go to the average person, say, Dalai Lama, they say, I don't know. They don't know. They don't know at all. In countries where Mother Teresa's books are not allowed to be proliferated and put on the shelves, no one knows about her. I guarantee you, no one. How do they know? Whether they know or not has nothing to do with them having good qualities or not. It's a matter of communication and advertising. That's why first comes our behavior and how we act and how we hold ourselves. Second is talking, advertising. So why would we want to promote our guru? Why? Because we're fanatical? That could be a reason. Why would we want to promote our guru and talk good qualities about our guru? So that we're insecure and we're reassuring ourselves psychologically? That could be another reason. But the real reason why we would promote our guru is we have trust and confidence that he can help many beings, and out of great compassion, we tell other people about our guru. That's why anybody would talk about the Dalai Lama or Kyabje Saramchi, hoping that by their speech, by recording it, by writing about it, by it spreading, that these beings will meet these beings in the future and get the benefits that I have received. That's why I talk about it. I don't talk about Saramji and Dalai Lama to make myself high. Their qualities didn't rub off on me just because I received initiation from them. Their enlightenment didn't rub off on me just because I had the honor to serve them. I'm still me. But I am concerned about a lot of people. And I know that if people hear about this in the world, on the internet, that these great lamas exist and their qualities are like that, that when they hear, they will somehow find their way to connect with these lamas. And that's why I talk about these lamas all the time. It is my way to advertise. And then I hope that when it gets on the net, when thousands and thousands of people are looking at it on the net, they will somehow find these lamas or lamas of their caliber or their similarity. Why? So they can get Dharma teachings. And that's why I talk and advertise. So if we're going to talk about our lamas, it's from compassion and care for others. From compassion and care, we will talk about our lamas to others. If we're lazy to promote our lamas, if we're lazy to talk, then it shows our lack of care. Care comes in so many ways. In so many ways. So therefore, when even with Maras, evil friends and the like, try to split you from the Guru, they sometimes talk very nice. Sometimes they talk this way, sometimes they talk this way, sometimes they sound negative, or sometimes they try to make you feel sorry for them. But they'll somehow talk. Those people, when they associate with weak-minded people or people of low merits, they will split them from the Guru. They will not see the Guru much, they will avoid the Guru, or they'll think negative things about the Guru. What benefit can another person get when they think negative things about their Guru? Influenced by an evil friend. The evil friend destroys their own chances for Dharma, and they destroy other chances for Dharma, other people's chances. So if we let them continue, then we're not very compassionate. If we think we can handle them and turn them, we would have been able to turn them around by now. If we let them continue their little games, it will go. What happens is that they will go on for years and years and years and years. Why? They don't have the merit to dig themselves out. And you're helping them to create even more, deeper negative karma for them to dig themselves deeper each time. See, for some people, each time they contact us, they feel a victory. Oh, you see? They know I don't like my Lama, but they still contact me. I win. They have that kind of psychological thinking. There are people like that. I met a few. So who do they present a danger to? You and themselves. That's why it specifically says here in number 2 to avoid evil friends that might try to split you from your master. And evil doesn't mean implicitly evil. It can also mean evil as in distractive evil. Distractive. Right? Number 3. Whenever the Guru gives you work, no matter how heavy the burden, be like the earth, bear it all. So if the Guru gives you little assignments, and you have all types of insecurities, ingrained habits, fears, you have all types of doubts. So even when the Guru gives you a very small assignment or small work designed to help you, push you out to become better and better and better, not better in your view, better in a Dharma view for your future lives. Maybe for this life, the Guru might make you do something that's very difficult for this life. But is that what you're concerned about? And then after you've checked the Guru and you've sworn your refuge with the Guru, and in a holy place, for example, Bodh Gaya, and then after the big refuge ceremony and the big offerings and under the whole tree and the whole feeling and the pictures and the lights and the candles and the incense and all the effort, when the Guru comes back here and tells you, can you cut your hair about 2 inches shorter? No, I can't, because 25 reasons. What happened to the whole ceremony? What happened to the vows? What happened to the allegiance? What happened to Guru devotion? Is Guru devotion only when it's convenient for you? Is that what it's about? Is Guru devotion only certain time of the month? Like from the 1st and 15th can, after that cannot. Is Guru devotion only when you don't have friends? Is Guru devotion only when things are going well for you? Is Guru devotion only when you're not angry? When Guru devotion is only when you are having things go your way, then you're devoted to your Guru. When you're angry, it's not going your way, you don't have to be respectful, you don't have to listen, you don't have to follow what your Guru says. The whole point of the Guru giving you work, no matter how difficult, and you do it, is to break through your ego. When the Guru helps you to break through your ego, then when he gives you a high-level practice, you can achieve all that we talked about, for example, controlling your death. But if you can't even control your devotion to your Guru, only your good and bad moods, how are you going to control something much higher? Controlling your speech, your body, and all these minor activities that the Guru asks you to do. And you find it so difficult. If you find it so difficult to do these things, how will you do those practices that require you to be free of the ego, to have bodhicitta, to practice the 6 paramitas? How? Why do you think the Guru gives you all types of work? The Guru gives you all types of work to develop the 6 paramitas in you. A real Guru. I'm not talking about an abusive, fake, manipulative, evil Guru who uses his disciples for self-gain. I'm talking about a real Guru who has compassion and who cares. Will give you all types of work and duties and jobs to help you develop the 6 paramitas in order to purify your karma, to break through your ego and your level of perception and your wrong perception of reality, so that you can reach the next level, so that when he actually confers something on you, you will get results. So if he tells you, hey, go work in the outlets once a month, and you can't even do that, but give me initiation retreat and do 10 million mantras and do these retreats and do these prostrations and you can do that, I don't see the difference. How come you can do 10 million mantras but you can't work 1 day a week in an outlet, for example? How come? Sometimes the Guru might even give you jobs or assignments to help you avoid something negative that might happen later on. Sometimes it could be like that. And if you don't believe it and you go against it, you will get the result. And the Guru will not be happy. The Guru will keep trying to find other ways to lessen what will happen to you later. If you had done what he said the first time, be lessened by 100%. If the next time cannot 80, then 70. Even if he can, he'll try to lessen for you by 20 or 10%. But if you don't cooperate, why do you need a guru? Why do you need a teacher? A guru and a teacher is someone that's supposed to be compassionate and kind and is out to serve and help you. So when you always reject everything the guru tells you, you make an excuse for, everything you're assigned, you're late, everything you're giving, you turn it upside down, and everything you're giving, you never finish, then definitely that reflects you and your practice. So if the guru tells you, hey, don't get angry, don't argue with this person, stop. And then you say, okay, I will. Then I slip, then I do it again. I slip, I do it again. After a while, you just give up. You just let yourself slip. Then you're not devoted to your guru. Why? Devoting to your guru, submission to your guru, devotion and submission to your guru is the beginning of you to become independent. Is the beginning of you to become independent of your ego, to become independent of samsara, to become independent of your afflictive emotions. The minute you start to submit to your guru, the minute you believe and trust and do as he says, it may look like you've imprisoned yourself. But if it's a real guru, the minute you submit and do and just let go is the first step toward total freedom. Why? Because the guru will push you, give you assignments, and design work for you that will help you to achieve the 6 paramitas, that will help you achieve bodhicitta and compassion, which are the necessary prerequisites of higher practices that give you total freedom. So people think that when I submit myself to a guru, I become a slave. No way. No way. Maybe in England before, if you were an indentured servant, you become a slave. This is not England. And who are you indenturing yourself to? A landowner? A wealthy landowner? Some noble who owns 500 acres? And so if you submit, you're working on the field every day, and that's all you get. At the end of the day, you get your bread, go to sleep? Or are you indenturing yourself to a spiritual person who's training you up like a spiritual athlete to put you in the ultimate competition, that at the time of death, you don't lose out? So if everything the Lama gives you cannot, and you have to think cannot, why do you have a Lama? You deceive yourself. Why? That's why a Lama is very careful to give assignments. A Lama is very careful to give work. The Lama thinks carefully, in, out, very quickly. Your aptitude, who you are, what you can and cannot do, and give it to you to do. Why? A, to train you towards the achievement of the 6 paramitas. B, to help you to avoid further difficulties. So if you always resist, you always make an excuse, you always say no, you always come out no, you always cannot complete, always you disappoint your Lama. Yes, your Lama is a human being that will be disappointed and feel sad and feel angry and shout at you and tell you off, but the ultimate person you disappoint is yourself. Because a Lama will have even more greater wisdom than your own mother and father to set you on the right path. So when assignments are given, and immediately from our mouth, from habit, we say, no, I can't do it. I don't think I can do that. Oh, I don't think I can do it. It's very bad. It's very, very bad. Why? That's precisely why you're given that assignment, and the Lama can see something more. And if you say, okay, I'll do it, and you don't put your all into it and you fail, that's not the Lama's lack of wisdom, that's your own lack of effort as usual. The whole point of having a Lama is, the Lama is supposed to have more wisdom to see past your weaknesses and to see into your gifts and to understand your karma and to understand what's happening to you so that they can give you specific practices, both meditative and active, to help you overcome your personal problems, difficulties, and sufferings. It is like a therapist. If you resist the therapist all the way and don't let go and don't submit to a therapist, why would you go for therapy? And how would you get the result of therapy? When we go to a therapist, we're going to tell our inner, most private secrets that we didn't even tell our closest friend. Maybe we never revealed our whole life. And we first get the reputation of the therapist, and we check it out, and we listen, and we see some of the results of his clients. And then when we see that this therapist, this lady therapist is wonderful, she's great, and we heard that she has results, then we walk in there, we pay the fees, and then we submit, and we open, and we surrender, and we tell her everything, week after week after week. And after a few processes, depending on our problem, we start to find healing. Isn't that the same thing with the Lama? Isn't that the same thing? The whole point of us to be polite in front of a Lama. The whole point of us to stand up for the Lama. The whole point of us is to serve and help the Lama, is to hone and tone our outer actions. To be polite with everybody. When we attend Dharma talks, according to the 50 verses of Guru devotion, we are not allowed to twist our bodies. We're not allowed to crack our knuckles. We're not allowed to stretch our feet or point our feet at the lamas or sit there comfortably like this and play this and play with our nails and do this and do that and look here and then fall asleep and then feel comfortable. We're not allowed to do that. Do you know why? It shows flippancy. If we are not even at the level where we can control our outer bodies, how can we control our inner bodies? If we can't even control our feet, always like that, or our fingers, always like that, if we can't even control our spine, how are we going to meditate? If we can't even control this body and we walk around telling people we're spiritually advanced, you look ridiculous. When Kyabje Saranji gave teachings in Los Angeles and I sat there, my old Geshe, I watched him through the whole thing for months. Geshe sat right in front there, and he sat in front, totally aware, with his eyes half open, not looking left and right, never moving. He sat through 8 to 10 hours of teaching like this every day. And when Kyabje Saranji threw a joke or said something, he would cover his mouth and he would laugh, just like a geisha. Why? Now I know why he's attained. Now I know why people like him. Now I know why people say he has good manners. Now I know why he's so advanced in his tantric practice, because he can control everything. If we can control our insides, controlling the outside is very easy. If we can't even control our sleep, we can't even control something so basic like sleep. Even dogs can control their sleep. Dogs out in the wild, if there's danger, they stay awake because they don't want to be eaten or killed. If we can't even stay awake during a Dharma talk, that's how incredibly strong our mata is, our inner mata. If during a Dharma talk we can't be alert or polite, and we can't concentrate and focus, even the Lama doesn't have to, but out of compassion throws a lot of jokes to keep you awake, even with that we cannot, and the aircon's on and light is on, everything's provided, then what kind of spiritual pioneer or spiritual devotee are we? Then we can do all types of rituals. We do all types of healings and meditations. Then we say we're rescuing this or we help this person, we do this. We can't even help ourselves or control our body actions. How can we help anything else? Impossible. A person's outer action reflects their inner mind. How they sit, how alert they are is very important. Now, that having been said, in a country that doesn't have this type of mass consciousness, respect comes in different ways. Example, students may make the effort and change their schedule around and to change their personal attachments around to be at teachings. That is respect. So in a country like here, where you don't sit on the floor with your feet in yoga position, doesn't mean you don't have respect. It means your body's not able to. Guru devotion is not a fanatical practice where it pushes you and makes you do things that you physically cannot do. No. It's not something that makes you physically cannot do. It is the attitude of the mind. It is the attitude of the mind. So what you need to sit through the whole teaching with your back bent, with your hands folded like this? Well, if you haven't been doing that for the last 40 years, and if you don't do that, if you sit on a chair comfortably like this and listen and you're alert, you don't fall asleep, that's very good. But to crack our knuckles, to twist our body around, to pick our nose, sit there and talk to our neighbors, or fall asleep, that one is transcultural. It's rude, full stop. If we're in front of ministers or our boss or our friends, we wouldn't sit there picking our nose, cracking our knuckles. We wouldn't there falling asleep in front of people. That is transcultural. Those are basic human manners. So the 50 verses of Guru devotion, when they tell you, don't crack your knuckles in front of your lama, don't twist your body in front of your lama, don't wring your hands, don't pace back and forth in front of your lama. When they tell you not to stick your feet out in front of your lama, what are they doing? They're using your physical outer body to train your awareness up. A. B, when it trains your awareness up, at the same time, it trains you up from an uncouth, barbaric person to a mannered person, where if you are mannered, you're alert, you're awake, you can dress, you can talk well, you will be able to bring other people to the Dharma. People watch you. People watch your devotion to the Lama. People watch your reaction and interaction with the Lama. And how you interact and react with the Lama can be Tenzin or Tenshi. Tenzin means a holder of the Dharma, a promoter of the Dharma, or a destroyer of the Dharma. Your bad actions and your rudeness can destroy the Dharma among people around you. Why? Because they'll look at you and you've been around the Lama for years and you're still like that, they think immediately the Lama is ineffective. Very simple. So if I came here and I extorted money from you, and I ran around and I extorted things from you and I cheated you and I got all your material possessions, and I did all these things around and I lied to you all the time, and then I say, oh, Saramji is great, Saramji is great, Saramji. You're going to say, Saramji, my foot. Where got great? Your Lama allow you to do like that, Your Lama is great because you can do like that, So similarly, if you want to talk about your Lama for anybody in the center, A, it's physical manners. How you dress, how you groom, how you look, how you sit, how you react and interact with your Lama. That is the first sign of whether you really have conviction to spiritual practice. You say, what does that have to do with inner meditation? Everything and nothing. Everything, because if we are controlled inside, to control the outside is very easy. Someone just tells us once or doesn't have to tell us, we're alert and we can hold ourselves already. I've seen my great masters and how they act with their lamas. They are like a newlywed bride. That's what it says in the 50 verses Guru devotion. They are humble, they smile, when they talk pleasantly, and they talk in such a way that their voice is clear. If their teacher manifests a little bit hard of hearing, they talk louder. They always smile, they're always pleasant, and they make sure they pronounce their words well. They never make their gurus suffer by making the lamas go, what, what, and you just talk and talk and talk and talk, and you just don't care what you say. You don't care what you say because you don't have respect. You don't respect yourself, your guru, or anyone. You're used to talking just in such a way that nobody understands. Even how you talk to your guru should be a pleasant voice with a smiling face, in a way that he understands, and nicely and without going round and round, so you don't waste your guru's time. That's what it says in the 50 verses, condensed here in the 9 verses. So when we're in our guru's presence, why do we do that? Because if we don't do that, we have bad karma? No. It's not necessarily bad karma if the intent is not there. It is to train our mind up to be aware, to be alert. Dharma practitioners of the highest order are very polite, are very mannered, and are very well kept and very groomed. Are very much so. Why? Their body, their speech, and their mind is used to hook people to the Dharma. Everything about their countenance evokes wondrous admiration in others. The way they dress, the way they look, the way they speak, the way they act evokes admiration in others, that they say, what are you about? What is your history? And then they talk, they come to the Dharma. All that is for development. And why do we do that? Why? You guessed it. Compassion. Compassion. All this is listed in the 50 verses of Guru devotion. Please get a copy. Get a copy of that so that I have a bunch of slaves around me? No. No. these are not things I should teach you, but we don't have anybody else. These are things that senior students should already be able to teach others. Senior students should be able to take care of the new ones, and the ones that always slip. Senior students should do that. Senior students shouldn't sit there blindly ignoring or not doing anything or trying and say, I tried, and leave it. Senior students should take the responsibility of that and not throw it on the Lama. Why? Then you bring the Lama down to the level of a disciplinarian or a parent. When I lived in Khyentse Rinpoche's house, when I lived with Khyentse Rinpoche, all the students' discipline I took, I would never bring it to Rinpoche. Never. Never. Why? It's another form of distraction to take my Lama away from his real purpose. And those students around your Lama who are always errant and always full of mistakes and always doing things wrong, if senior students keep quiet and let it go on, it is a clear reflection of the senior students' lack of Guru devotion, lack of care, lack of compassion, and lack of commitment. Very clear. Why? They can only get away with it because everybody lets them. Definitely. And that's a clear sign of lack of Guru conviction. Clear sign. Why? Whose responsibility is that then? Whose? So all this is meant to train us up for a very higher and more evolved path. These basic things should have been already learnt. Prostrating and not prostrating is not Guru devotion, not Guru devotion. Those are cultural. Some people in some lands just go like that, and that's good enough. That's equivalent to a Tibetan full prostration. We don't have to force people into those things, but twisting our bodies, sitting there shaking our legs, falling asleep, biting our nails, cracking our knuckles, talking while the Lama is talking, isn't that transcultural rudeness? Forgetting, always having to be chased, always having to be told the same thing again and again, isn't that just pure transcultural selfishness? A person whose core of his being is pure selfishness for many lifetimes. To be told something many times is pure selfishness. So if these people choose to be pure selfish and they come up with a guru who challenges that selfishness, either they submit or they run. They submit or they run. Or some students are smart. They do a little at a time, but they push themselves to do all. Because what student come immediately and be perfect? What student? What student come immediately and be perfect in all these actions? But aspiration and working toward it is a very big difference. The minute you submit to your guru, immediately you win your first day of independence, second day of independence, third day. Immediately you start winning that. The minute you meet a real guru, a real one, the first day you meet will be the first day he starts you to be separated from him. Meaning what? To make you independent of him. Real gurus don't become clingy with you. Do not. They make you more and more independent and away, away, away. Why? Their goal is to make you a Buddha, not to have companions around. Not to have companions. That's the real goal of a guru. So the first day you start with them, if you say, but last year, Rinpoche, I was working with you, I was doing this with you, and how come this year cannot? Oh, poor me, poor me. I did so much for you, and this year you don't let me do it. It's so unfair. It's so bad. Why like that? Very bad. That shows a student doesn't know the purpose of a guru-disciple relationship. Do you think the guru has to be clingy with you? Do you think when the guru switches your job around and switches your responsibilities around, that they don't like you, they rejected you? Perhaps this method in doing this was not good, so they switch you to another to do something to help you. Perhaps you've done this and you mastered it, so they put you else to do something else to help you develop your mind. So sometimes a Lama will let you be clingy. Sometimes a Lama make you not be clingy. It is totally your level that the Lama is looking at. So sometimes before we work closely with the Lama, and sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're not close to the Lama and we're being close. Why? Sometimes around Lama, close people are total idiots. Sometimes the people around the Lama are total, fabulous ministers in hiding. Why? Because a Lama has compassion for all. And sometimes a Lama will keep someone very close to them, although they disappoint and fail and disappoint and fail. Why? If the Lama lets them go, they will become even worse, worse, and worse. If they let go and run away, that's their choice. But the Lama never lets go. Never. So if they complete their training, if they push themselves, they will get results. If they don't, The Lama cannot do anything. What can the Lama do? So people don't understand Guru devotion. They think it's slavery. They think it's induction or indoctrination or some kind of loss of freedom. Absolutely the opposite. When I hooked up with my teachers, I gained freedom. Look what I'm doing now. Look what I'm doing now. Guru devotion was and is my main practice. When I had obstacles, when I had problems, because I had so much faith in my Lama, when I had audience with my Dharma protector in Ganden, he told me, don't recite any mantras, recite your Guru's mantras. For you, it will be fine. So I did. I recited my Guru's mantra, 100,000 times. My head sickness healed. I didn't need to do any pujas. What's my point? If you think this is slavery or induction or forcing of another culture, you're absolutely wrong. I will not even be diplomatic about it. You are wrong. Absolutely. There's no diplomacy. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Everything else, I'll be this way, maybe diplomatic, give you concessions and all that, because I know we're trying, but not for Guru devotion. There is no concessions. Why is there no concession? That is the pith of the path. Without an instructor, without a teacher, without someone to guide you, and without your cooperation with this person, what benefit can you derive? If you go to your music teacher, you're always late, you forget your music scores, you didn't do your homework, you didn't practice, you broke your guitar, you didn't restring it, you forget your appointment, you're rude to your teacher, you talk back, you pick your nose in front of him, you twist your body, you don't listen to instructions. How is he going to teach you how to play a guitar? How? And that's just for playing a guitar. Imagine how much more alert we must be if we want to learn enlightenment. For learning a guitar or piano, how respectful must be with our teachers, especially in Asian tradition, in the Chinese tradition, Asian tradition. How respectful we must be with our teachers. When they come in, we rise up. We don't talk back. We don't ask questions. And then when they leave, we rise up. Even with normal teachers that teach us writing and arithmetic, we have to be that respectful, because arithmetic and writing will benefit us in our life. But if we want benefit that benefits us in so many lifetimes, and we have an instructor for that, and we can't be respectful or submissive or even trust or try, and we give up or we say no or we make restrictions and we block, no, 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 how? How? And then we show anger to our teachers. Then we fight back. We ignore our teachers. The instructions we give them, always we turn it around, or after a while we forget, we have to be reminded. Won't that be the same in everything we do in our life? Submitting to the Guru or having a Guru, to a qualified Guru, or a Guru that cares about us, that cares, and that is sincere, that has love, is like anything in life. You will advance in anything you want to do. Anything. Anything you want to do. If you resist and fight and covertly cover, or if the Lama gives you assignments you didn't do, you cover, or you try to make up things or use sweet words and you go round and round and round, you might have been able to trick your Lama, but you can't trick yourself. And you fail your service, you fail your devotions, and you fail your spiritual practice. Why? Those basic human qualities we cannot do. Basic. So if your Lama says to you, be generous, give, don't be miserly, and that one you're still holding on, you're still not sharing, you're still not doing, how in your meditations will you do anything more? If the Lama tells you my silver bowls offered to the Buddha, he won't even tell you why. He knows you won't. Why? You'll have 101 excuses why you cannot. Why? Not because you cannot. Because you're extremely miserly. And you have many lifetimes of habituation. And the Lama can see the result of that. And he does his best to break it. Why? No one else can. If they could have, they would have done it already. And that is why. Submitting to the Lama is gaining independence, gaining freedom from the ego, gaining freedom from samsara, gaining freedom from oneself. That is a real Lama, a qualified Lama. When we find such a Lama with folded hands, We devote ourselves to our Guru, and whatever work he gives us, whatever sufferings we endure in the work that he gives us, we happily accept. So if he gives us a work and we have done it and it creates suffering, it makes us sleepy, it makes us tired, it makes us sick, or it drains us of our pockets, or we get financially set back, or we get emotionally set back, we accept it without bragging to people, telling people, I did this, I did this, and show off, I did. That's not Guru devotion. That's just showing off. You set a bad example. And then when you have to endure any type of suffering from the Lama has given you, your back hurts, it's difficult, you happily endure and you do it whether your Lama is watching you or not. Why? By doing it, it doesn't become difficult and a suffering anymore. You've overcome. Endure. And by enduring your Lama's work and your Lama's assignments, you will also purify your karma tremendously. Why? Your intent for doing your Lama's work is to achieve Buddhahood. That's why you collect the merit. Your intent to do your Lama's work is to achieve Buddhahood. The intent the Lama gave you work is for you to overcome something so you can use it as a tool to become a Buddha. And that's why the Lama gives it to you. So if you do it, you collect merit because your motivation is towards Buddhahood. So the Lama tells you to run up and down the hill every day. Make sure you stay slim and make sure you stay healthy so something happens to you. Maybe the Lama knows you're going to have a heart attack later. Maybe the Lama knows if you have a heart attack, you may say, never mind, I'm going to die anyway. You might burden the people around you. You might burden your family. You might burden many beings around you. And that if you die prematurely, you might take a lower rebirth. Maybe the Lama's helping you in that. So the Lama tells you, lose weight, exercise, keep your weight down. If you do that, the Lama's intention is that you can have a healthy body, you can discipline yourself so that you can do the Dharma practice, you have more time to do Dharma practice. So if you go and lose weight, losing weight becomes a collection of merit because of the intention. So if you say, what does that have to do with Dharma? What does that have to do? He didn't tell me to recite this or chant this or do this. He told me to lose weight. That's not Dharma. That's your narrow mind. It's your very narrow mind. If the Lama tells you, stay awake, don't fall asleep, stay awake, force yourself to stay awake, discipline yourself to stay awake, stay awake. And for the life of you, you can't push yourself to do it. Maybe the Lama cannot help you avoid something else that's coming due to your sleepiness. An accident in a car? Or something you might hurt someone else due to your sleepiness. You don't know. What do you think? All is Dharma. Whatever the Lama tells you will be Dharma, that's having understood that the Lama is a real Lama, is with compassion and with skill. With skill. So if you always resist, how do you know? So once you know this today, you're like, oh my God, I know this now. I have all devoted and it's fabulous. But if the next day, we don't think about it, we don't contemplate on it, we don't concentrate, we don't think, and we don't contemplate, we don't think about it, it will be forgotten again. That's our nature. That will be our nature. And then we slip again. What in life did you have to not contemplate again and again and again so that you can remember well? Everything we had to contemplate. Work, family, whatever we did, we had to practice. We had to push ourselves at it to become as good as we are now. So, if you trust the Lama, simple, non-dharmic instructions, inverted commas, simple, non-dharma instructions to higher level Dharma instructions, you will not see a distinction. You will not see a distinction. Why will you not see a distinction? You have realized the nature of your Lama and the nature of his instructions and the nature of your relationship and the nature of your submission. That your submission is not to make you lose freedom. It is to get you to gain it. From going to school, we gained a lot of freedom. But during school, we sure thought it was a prison. A prison. Going to class every day was a prison. But we gained freedom. Education, so we can do what we want. A rough example. But in the beginning, it looks like a prison. Very simple. If we need to be told the same thing again and again, that reflects selfishness. If the Lama gives us instructions to do something, we say no, we have not submitted. If the Lama gives an assignment and there's no proper reasoning for it not to be complete or timely or well, and it says in Guru Devotion 50 verses, when the Lama gives you an assignment, one should conscientiously report back to the Lama without him telling you, and let him know the progress, let him know what's going on, and pleasant words and pleasant disposition to let him know what's going on, not have him chase you. You can read it in 50 verses. It's in our prayer book, the Kichara prayer book. I have this pretty much memorized. Number 36. Okay? Number 36. After doing what your guru has told you, report what has happened in polite, gentle words. Should you yawn or cough, clear your throat, or laugh in his presence, cover your mouth with your hand. That's written by the great master Ashvaghosha on the conduct between a Lama and a disciple. This is not something the Tibetans made up. This is original from India. Report back what is going on. Okay, very simple. Number 30. Never massage or rub your limbs. Do not sing, dance, or play musical instruments for others than religious purposes, and never chatter idly or speak in excess or too loudly within the range of your guru's hearing. So for us to cackle away and laugh loud in the presence of our guru is very rude. Very rude. Why is that rude? Are you trying to impress him on how jovial you are? It's very, very rude. When your guru enters the room, get up from your seat and bow your head slightly. Sit in his presence respectfully. At night or at rivers or a dangerous path, with your guru's permission, you may walk before him. Never sit on the same bed as your guru or the same seat. Never walk ahead of him. At teachings, do not wear your hair in a top knot, hat, shoes, or any weapons. Never touch a seat before he sits down, or if he happens to sit on the ground, do not place your hands proudly on your hips or wring them before him. Never sit or recline while your guru is standing, nor lie while your guru is sitting. Always be ready to stand up and serve him skillfully in an excellent manner. Number 28. Number 26, very basic. Guard your guru's belongings as you would your own life. Treat your own guru's beloved family with the same respect you show for him. Have affectionate regard for those closely around him as if they were your own dearest kin. Single-mindedly think in this way at all times. Number 38. Whatever you do to serve your guru or show him respect should never be done with arrogant mind. Instead, you should ever be like a newlywed bride, timid, bashful, and very subdued. In the presence of your guru who teaches you the path. In the presence of your guru who teaches you the path. What's the path? The path to Buddhahood. In the presence of your guru who teaches you the path, stop acting in a conceited, coquettish manner. As for boasting to others what you have done for your guru, examine your conscience and discard all such acts. If we have helped our guru, served our guru, sponsored our guru, it is not allowed to boast or talk about it to other students or other people. When you do that, you didn't sponsor for the right reasons. You didn't help for the right reasons. In the 50 verses of Guru Devotion, if you do any service to your guru, if your guru feels it's necessary to let people know, he will let people know. If not, if you let people know, it's very, very rude. Why? You're increasing you want to look better in front of the other students. You want to look good in front of the students. You want to look like, see, I'm better. Respect me. So in order to cut that ego, you don't talk. You offer, you do your service quietly. Quietly. If you're in the presence of your guru, number 42, should not act as a guru to his own disciples, or they should not act towards him as their guru. Therefore, before your own guru, stop your disciples from showing you respect, such as rising when you come and making prostrations. So if you're some teacher, if you're some master, you're some meditation, whatever, but you're in the presence of your guru, you should show humility even more, and you should ask your students to show respect to your guru, not you. Number 44, be diligent in all your actions, alert and mindful, never to forget your words of honor. Whatever you have promised your guru, whatever you said you will do to your guru, your words of honor. If fellow disciples transgress what is proper in their behavior, correct each other in a friendly manner. In fact, when other students and other disciples don't do what they're supposed to do, it is our responsibility as the guru's disciple to let them know, to keep quiet and let it slide, or let someone else say it. You're transgressing your guru devotion vows, your guru devotion rules. So to let them get away with it and then let the guru say it is very bad. Why? It's another way for you to express don't care, don't look bad, don't lose face. That's ego what? If because of sickness you are physically unable to bow to your guru and must do what normally should be prohibited, even without his explicit permission, there will be no unfortunate consequences if you have a virtuous mind. If you're sick, if you're not able to, if you're not well, or you don't know, it's not your culture, and you do something, inverted commas, wrong, there's no bad karma. Of course there's no bad karma, because your mind is virtuous. Of course not. These are not fanatical. After a disciple has taken refuge in the triple gem and developed a pure enlightened motive, he should be given this text to take to his heart how to abandon his own arrogant self-will and follow his guru's footsteps along the greater path of enlightenment. After a person has taken refuge, they should be given this text. This day and age in other countries, when we give this text to other people, even after a person takes refuge, they will reject it. They will run away. They will find it fanatical. They will not accept. That's why I don't give it. I wait. They will not accept it. Why? They don't know the real causes for refuge and how to act after refuge. They do not. So after someone has taken refuge and developed a pure enlightened motive, they should be given this text to take to his heart how to abandon his own self-arrogance and follow the Guru's footsteps. So what's the purpose of following this text? It says in stanza 48 clearly, to let go of one's arrogance. That's the reason we follow this text. Even the reason, although the manners are very like cannot this, cannot that, but the basic reason is to let go of arrogance. By studying these prerequisites, training in Guru devotion and the graded path common to both Sutra and Tantra, you will become a suitable vessel to hold the pure Dharma. You may then be given teachings such as Tantra, and during receiving proper empowerments, recite out loud the 14 root vows and take them seriously to your heart. After training, in stanza 49 says, after training in the 50 verses of Guru devotion and mastering them and being very good in them, then you become a proper vessel of the Dharma. And then when you become a proper vessel of the Dharma, then the Guru may give you empowerments, initiations, and the tantric path. A real Guru would never give you empowerments or the tantric path without mastering the 50 verses. They would never. So, those are very, very important. And those are not to be taught by the Guru. Number 6, stanza 6. In order for the words of honor of neither the Guru nor the disciple to degenerate, there must be mutual examination beforehand to determine if each one can brave a Guru-disciple relationship. Beforehand, not after you've taken refuge. Beforehand. So it's telling you clearly, it's your choice. It is your choice. You want spiritual training? Number 7, a disciple with sense should not accept as his guru someone who lacks compassion, who is angersome, vicious, arrogant, possessive, undisciplined, or boasts of his knowledge. So it's telling you straight, stop here. If you come across someone with those qualities, stop right here. You don't need to go for refuge. You don't need to take this person on. So it's telling you ahead of time how to check, how to deal with it. This is the short form. If you get the actual book, it has the commentary. It's very beautiful. A guru should be stable in his actions, consistent, all the time consistent. What is that? Stable in his actions mean what? Eats the same food every day? No. Consistent or stable in his actions meaning his perseverance for Dharma and spreading Dharma and giving you Dharma and transforming you for Dharma. That's what it means, stable in his actions. If he changes his clothes and hairstyles and food, it doesn't mean he's unstable, because those things don't matter. It is his intention towards the Dharma. That is what this text means, stability in the Guru. Cultivated in his speech, wise, patient, and honest. He should neither conceal his shortcomings, he doesn't hide his faults, and nor pretend to possess qualities he lacks, or to pretend he has some high powers which he does not. Why? To trick the students. He should be an expert in the meaning of Tantra and its ritual procedures, of medicine and turning back obstacles of the students. And also he should have loving compassion and complete knowledge of the scriptures. He should have full expertise in both 10 fields, skill in the drawing of mandalas, full knowledge of how to explain the Tantra, supreme faith, and his senses fully under control. Having become the disciple of such a protecting guru, and that's the key word, protecting guru, should you despise him from your heart, you will reap continual sufferings as if you have disparaged all the Buddhas. You will collect the karma of not meeting a guru or not meeting the proper teachings. Number 16. If from lack of awareness you should have shown disrespect to your guru, reverently present an offering to him and seek his forgiveness, then in the future such harm and plagues will not befall you. It's a virtuous mind. So, if we look at this and we follow this, the whole purpose is to destroy arrogance. That's the whole purpose. When we submit to the Lama, it is not to lose our freedom. It is to gain full freedom. Why? Through the practice of Dharma and enlightenment, you gain full freedom. Not just money, not just long life, not just protection from obstacles. You gain full freedom. You gain control of where you go and what you do and your rebirth and how you benefit. You gain full benefit. So if your next rebirth, you want to have money, you will be born into money. You will be born where you want to. You gain full control. That's why we submit to the Lama. Just like we submit to school, training, to our teachers, to our parents. That's the whole reason. To our counselors, to our psychiatrists, to our doctors. We all submit what? We're always submitting. It's nothing new to submit. Only now it's a person that's helping us on the ultimate, highest level we are submitting. We submit to our doctors to invade our bodies. We have one body. If he messes up, we're finished. We submit to our beautician. One wrong jab and some muscles will never move again. We submit to our teachers. We submit to our wives and husbands. We submit to our children. Heck, some of us even submit to our dogs and cats. Where our lives are controlled by our dogs and cats. Controlled. We can't do this. We can't serve the guru. We can't go here. We can't do anything because we're completely controlled by our pets. We put ourselves in that situation. Purposely or not, I don't know. We always are submitting to others. Now it's nothing new to submit to our guru. Nothing new. Why? It's for a much higher purpose. Much higher. Much, much higher purpose. So it says here like that. Even if we are given difficult tasks, be like a servant of a king. Perform them with undisturbed mind. Do your best to fulfill them. Push yourself. Get it done. Whatever you promise your guru, whatever you said to your guru, you should be very conscientious and very conscious of what you have promised and said. Why? This is not a person that is just benefiting you for something small in this life. And if you do what he has said, perhaps your work later can lead to benefiting many people. Many, many people. So that you can collect merit. You can rejoice and you have done something beautiful. You gain self-confidence and you grow. It's very simple. So if you're always giving 101 reasons to your guru why you cannot do it, all of us have the same reasons. All of us are lazy. All of us want more money. All of us want to take care of our family. All of us want to take care of ourselves and have investments. All of us want to be rich. All of us. So if we say, well, I don't want to do that because then I have to work, I have to make money, I have responsibilities, then you'll be doing that for the rest of your life. You will never, ever be free. When will you be free of responsibilities? When? When one family responsibility finishes, another one comes. You get married, have kids, another one comes. Then once your kids are grown up and married, you think your responsibility finished? No. If your kids don't make it, they fall back to you. If they have grandkids, you have extra responsibilities again. It never ends, the cycle. Never, ever ends. So you think that you're going to use an excuse in order not to do Dharma work or do Dharma practice because you have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, you have family, you have parents, you have this, you have that. Everybody had that problem. The thing is, abandon them, say goodbye, I'm not going to do anything. No. Find the middle way. Take care and do Dharma together. The middle way. Real Dharma practitioners forsake this life. They become a Buddha. But we're not at that level, so we find a middle way. Like His Holiness said, 50-50. His Holiness said that 25 years ago. I never forgot. Definitely we cannot practice Dharma 100%, he said. But we can do 50-50. 50-50 can. 50% for your future lives, 50% for this life. I never forgot him saying that in Washington, New Jersey. I thought, how practical. I thought I have to go to school. I have to do my homework. That takes up 50% of my day. The other day, I'll do my mantras, I'll do my study, I'll do my practice, I'll attend my teacher's talk. I thought that. I thought, how perfect. How practical. Same thing. To use these excuses that I have commitments, when will your commitment ever finish? What comes for free in this life? What comes for free? You're going to be working forever one way or another to support yourself. One way or another. Even if you're very rich, you got to make your in-laws happy. You got to make your company people happy. You got to do a lot of things to maintain your money to come in. It isn't just simply you go and sign things. There are a lot of other factors. And if you're not rich, you still have to work for another employer for your whole life. If you're living off the state or the government, or you have disability, or you have Social Security, you still have to follow their rules. You still have to fill out their forms. You still have to follow their conventions to get that money. But that doesn't mean you can't do Dharma. Of course you can do Dharma. You have to make the leeway. You have to do the leeway. Why do you have to do the leeway? Because it is for your own welfare on an ultimate, long-term basis. That's why. If you always say you have kids, by the time your kids grow up, maybe you can't do Dharma because you're already too wrinkled and old and tired and you're sick maybe. And then what? The sum of your life is your kids grew up and that's it? What you left on this earth is your kids grew up? Your kids are married and have grandkids and that's what you have to show for your whole life? That's it? For God's sakes, go to a zoo. All the animals are doing that. All of them have left their legacy on this life too. Is that all? Is that the sum of your life? That some other person that came out of your body is carrying your name. That's it. That's all you've accomplished in your life. You've spent so much money and time and energy and made your body go completely out of proportion and destroyed your health for this one being that carries your name. And that's if they grow up well or not. That's it. That's the sum of your life. Is that what you want? That's not what I want. So if we're already stuck in that position, now someone is telling us, we have the wisdom to say, okay, I've already made myself in that position, so let me do something more. Okay, dump the kids, dump the parents, blow up my wife. No, you've already put yourself in that situation. We work with it. 50-50. 50-50. Why? 50% for your future lives, 50% for this life. What a beautiful balance. Not 60-40, not 70-30, not 75-25, not 74.4. No, 50-50. Do you know why? You ain't doing Dharma a favor. You're doing yourself a favor. And if you think you're too young, one day you're going to think you're too old. If you think you're too busy, one day you're not even going to be capable of doing it. There's no young, there's no old. If you hear the Dharma now, your karma has ripened. It's now the time. Now is the time. Now. Abandon pride. When you're with your guru, the number 6 advice is abandon pride. to tell your guru and to explain to your guru and say all the reasons why you cannot and make up all kinds of reasons why you cannot. If in front of your guru you cannot abandon your pride, why are you studying with your guru? The whole purpose of your guru is to help you cut your pride, which is one of the main causes for taking rebirth in samsara. If you cannot cut your pride with your own guru, the person who cares and loves for you from compassion and takes care of you, and even what you don't give to the guru gives you. Some people, the students never give the guru anything, never. Little gifts here and there, but really take care of the household, clean, wash, supply, sponsor. They never do anything for the guru, never. And even they still give the guru arrogance and pride. Some people give a lot of material things to the guru, but if we examine what the guru does with it, he benefits other people. So you giving to the guru is not you giving to the guru. You give it away to sentient beings. The guru has disseminated your offerings to benefit others, so you can collect merit. You can collect merit. In fact, I've heard of sponsors in the past lovingly complain that their guru never keep anything they give them. Lovingly complain with deep respect. I've heard twice. Whatever I give my master, he always gives it away. He doesn't keep anything. Always he gives it away. Never mind. I keep giving it to him to give away. I've heard twice. I was thinking, God, I hope I have that problem one day. I love that problem. To get a lot of things and give it away, it's a great problem. Number 7, no matter how difficult or heavy the burden, be like a rope, hold the guru's work with joy. Why? The minute it's hard, you give it up. Isn't that just so us? The minute it's hard, we just give it up. Forget it, give it up, never mind, give it up, forget it, never mind, give it up. You will never have this chance again. Someone who has pure intention towards you, and there are other people with pure intention towards you, but worldly, because they don't know any better. Like our parents can have pure intention towards us. They're wonderful, but it stops just at worldly comfort. Nothing more. Nothing more. To be persistent and consistent, and to be enthusiastic of one's guru's work, you fulfill 3 of the paramitas. 3 of the paramitas. Whatever the guru gives you, you just give up after a while because you let all your attachments take over. You let your busyness and appointments take over. Now your laziness may manifest as a guru telling you off. But in the future, your laziness might manifest as an employer, as a friend, as a lover, as someone close to you saying goodbye. Same thing. So right now, your guru's telling you, you better not be like that, you better not like that, and shout you and tell you off. And your guru's always in love with you, always love you, always in love with you, always in loving care of you, loving care. But if now it's the guru manifesting and telling you about you and what you're doing, because your laziness has prompted that. Your lack of care and lack of awareness has prompted that. But in the future, this lack of awareness and lack of care and this kind of selfishness will manifest as a lover that you love very much, that says, bye-bye, I can't handle it anymore. As a friend that says, bye-bye. Your lack of caring and selfishness will lead to deep loneliness. Loneliness not just in this life, the type of loneliness such as being born in dark places alone. It might manifest as an employer telling you goodbye, and then you suffer from financial disparity and problems. It might manifest as someone that you love very much or benefited you very much, but that cannot take you anymore. They say bye-bye. Your parents will die one day. Your parents will die one day. Who else can take you? Who else can take you and put up with you? And if you think that if you have money, everything's all right, it's contrary to what Buddha says. So you pick what Buddha says or what you say. You pick. But your lack of sensitivity and you giving up easy and not being persistent and pushing will definitely manifest in another person in another way, definitely in the future, and not once, again and again and again. And you will suffer tremendously. Why? They will not be as kind and giving and caring and patient as your guru. That's presupposing you have a real guru, not a vicious, arrogant monster guru. A real guru. It will all come back. So right now we can arrogantly sit there, whatever, and la la lula la la la, I do what I want, I drop what I want, destroy what I want, I break my promises, blah blah lula 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 la 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 la. One day, you will get it. Then little lula is gonna get it. And the guru will be, when people are watching, going, oh, poor lula, and in the back going, like that cartoon, Dastardly and Mudley. That little evil dog is always laughing when something happens to that guy. So your guru will manifest as Mudley. Oh, you lost your girlfriend? Oh, your boss fired you for the... You mean your boss told you to get lost? Yeah. And then you take rebirth in hell? Is it hot? Or your guru manifests nearby drinking a nice, cool Diet Coke, and you're in hell burning. And the guru manifests speakers and a microphone. And you're sitting there burning up. And then you're looking at him and he drinks his nice Diet Coke. Well, okay, normal Coke. When you're born as an animal working in the plow, in the fields, in the rain, in the heat, being beaten up somewhere in China. And your guru manifests as the farmer with a rice hat. Whip. Oh boy, I would love to do that. Boy, I have a few people in mind, I tell you. Let it happen, let it roll, let it be. I would love it. Oh yes, those things can happen. And even when the guru laughs at you, is it a laugh of happiness or a laugh of teaching you a lesson to turn around? We have to think. We have to think. You don't know the kind of fantasies I have in my mind for some people. You just don't know the things I like to, oh God. And some of the things I know that's going to happen to them, once in a blue moon, I think, don't help them, let it happen. I do, but then I go to sleep. I say, oh, I can't, I'll break my vow. I can't. I made a promise to Sovereignty not to let people suffer. Sometimes I kind of know what's going to, you just use logical. Parents know what's going to happen to their kid if they're a lazy bum, right? They know that. It doesn't take clairvoyance. It takes common sense. Sometimes I know what's going to happen to them, and I actually don't want to say, I don't want to scold, I just let that happen. And really, I go to bed like, all right, wait, I say, oh, I hate myself. I hate myself if I help them. I hate myself if I don't. I say, all right, never mind, let's do it. Even if they still fail, I know I didn't break my commitments. Simple as that. But I love Dastardly and Mudley. I love that little evil dog, Mudley. He's always sniggering at something evil that happens to his master. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? That little evil mutt. And he's always got this sarcastic little bitchy look like. And he knows what's going to happen. He's like... And then when the master is doing something or says something, he's like... He acts all innocent. And when it happens, he's in the background like... Oh, I love that little bitchy dog. I always visualize myself as that when something happens to some people. Oh, no, I don't. I can't. I have fantasies too, you know. They're mainly let it roll, let it happen fantasies. Yeah. Some people want to go on long trips and some things might happen to them. Once in a while I say, oh, just go, 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 go. And I say, oh, no, never mind. Let me be bitchy and send a lot of SMS to tell them just don't. They can hate me all they want. It's all right. They have guru devotion. They'll get over it. Even when the guru criticizes, provokes, and ignores you, be like a faithful dog, never respond with anger. You know, when we have a little pet dog, no matter how we hit them and scream at them, they never bite back, they never fight back. The guru is not asking you to be a dog. It's not some kind of sex game. Get on your fours and go, ruff, ruff. It's not that. The guru is not asking you to get on your hands and knees and be a dog. It's giving you an example of how kind and loyal a dog, how loving and loyal a dog is. that no matter how much you hit them or beat them or hurt them or slice them up, they are very, very loyal. Like that, we should be very loyal to our very loyal and without anger toward our guru. Why? Is the guru really provoking you? Is the guru really angry at you? Is the guru really mistreating you? And if you act back in anger, whether whatever he has said to you is justified or not, it shows your level. If you can't even hold your anger and think clearly and push yourself better for your own guru who compassionately teaches you the path, who can you hold your anger from? The whole purpose of the guru provoking you is to train you to cut your anger down. That is the whole reason. There's no other reason. No other reason. So the guru sometimes will put you in very no-win situations on purpose because you have a big ego, to cut your ego down so that he checks how's your anger. Because if your anger is less, that means your compassion is growing. You're getting closer to higher practice. The guru checks. The guru watches. That's presupposing if your guru is a compassionate, nice person, not an emanation of dastardly the mutt. Be like a boat, never upset to come or go for the guru at any time. Be like a boat. A boat is what? It supports the passengers, supports the people. So if the guru tells you stay late now. If the guru tells you get early, get early. You don't come to the guru and say, oh, it's so early. What? Then it shows what kind of person you are. You can't even control your physical senses. If it's a little late, push yourself. Be alert. Look good. Be alert. Why? Because if it's about talking about money, you'll be alert. If it's about getting bubbly, you'll be alert. We can go to a club and dance all night and jump up and down all night and we won't be tired. We'll be very friendly with the bartender, very nice with the doorman, very courteous to our friends, and very, very nice to the new person we just picked up. No matter how tired we are, no matter even if we got diarrhea, even if we got a headache, we'll be very nice and very smiling because we want something. What? So how can we push ourselves in that situation? Remember the first time you courted your lovers? Your husband, your wife, whatever your lovers are now? Remember the first time you courted them? How nice you were? How you made an effort? How you showed them your best side? How everything they did, never mind love, never mind, never mind, never mind. Now it's like, how dare you? Yeah, when you first met them. You were very nice to them. You're very groomed, you talk pleasant, you're very sweet. That person's everything, all the time. Everything they do, now it's like, why? Why? So if we can be like that with something that brings us a little bit of pleasure, husband and wife and partners and lovers bring us a little bit of pleasure, and we can do so much rear end kissing. Remember from now when I go, that means rear end kissing. I got a more graphic word, but I'm on tape. So if we can do so much rear end kissing for just the wife or just the husband that turns out to be a panti anak or a hantu, that drains us our finances, and then the wife turns into a boat, the husband turns into a house. And then we come out with retarded babies. It's like, thanks a lot. If we can do so much with these people, we can't do it for our guru. These people just bring us pleasure and company for a few years, if it lasts. If it lasts. And for a boss that gives us a salary, in fact, it's not even, it's a big one. Just for a few dollars. Yeah, it's a few dollars we need to survive, but it's just for a short time. But for supreme enlightenment, for learning how to control our anger, to learning the science of our mind to transform ourselves, we don't do this to the guru. We do this to the guru. Here you go. That's right. Come and get it, guru. And that's what the guru has to do when they usually go to a non-Buddhist community. The guru has to do a lot of all day long. To the students, please do it. Please don't do. Please don't kill yourself. Please don't go abroad. Please study Dharma. Please come to Dharma teachings. Please do your talk. Please keep your commitments. Please don't break your vows. Please do your sadhana. Please recite your miksama. Please do your pujas. Please. Here's a gift. Here's a mala. Here's a pendant. Here's a pen. Here, go get your facial done. Here, I'll give you a massage. I'll give you some food. Please be a Buddha. Please, oh pretty, please be a Buddha. That's what the gurus have to do when they go outside. And then the students walk in. I just finished my meeting and I'm here to attend your teaching. You're lucky I'm here. I let you collect merit. I let you learn what you learned in the monastery. Let's see how smart you are. Convert me, teach me, and make me a Buddha. Oh yeah, and don't forget this. Oh yes, sir. Mwah. That's how the gurus are treated here, like crap. Yeah. And if the guru has a nightmare sponsor, you may kiss my hand because I wrote you a check. And my daughter's not well. And I need to do a puja. Oh, yes, yes, Mr. Sponsor, yes. And then if anything happens, you got to be on beck and call for the sponsors 24/7. If the sponsor's not happy just a little bit, you're not biting your nails, you're biting your whole hand because, they're going to cut your ministry off. And then they never fail to remind you how kind they were. And if they raise one eyebrow, you better have a good explanation. You're like, they're not happy. And then committees, oh God, committees are nightmares. The scourge of all gurus is committees. Oh my God. I don't have time. I can't get together. I'm going to quit. I'm not going to do this anymore. I don't understand. They make me feel like that. They said this to me. Ah! Oh God. It's like a bunch of screaming toddlers. Put them in tatikala. But when they start, they get the appointment letters. Me, I got picked. Me. It's like they won a beauty contest. Far from a beauty contest, dearie. Me. I'm on the committee, but I'm so new. Oops. And they make all this face. I'm on the committee. Oh, I'm so honored. But, and then this fake pretentious humility. But I'm not qualified. Yes, you are. All right. And then they stroll into the meeting. You know how many appointments I had to change to be here in KH? To be here to head and be with you clowns. And then they sit there in the meeting. You do that, you do this, you do that, you do that, do this. And they take pictures and they're all happy with a new group. We're so wonderful. Next week, no pictures. The week after that, well, I don't even want to go to the meeting. The week after that, what's the purpose of all this? I'd rather go to sleep. And the Lama's going to come in. Please go to the meeting. Teach them Dharma to give them a motivation why they do Dharma work. Inspire them, give them gifts, give them food, give them drinks, provide a place, turn on the aircon, pay the bills, SMS them, inform them, and then advertise how wonderful their meeting was, and do all these things for them just to have one teeny little meeting. And they say, I don't have guru devotion. Oh my God, I wouldn't be here. If I didn't believe my guru's theory, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe in my gurus to deal with, oh my God, these committee are the most scariest people you have to deal with. They can't do this, they're not available, they're not free. You know why they're not free, they're not available? Because committee are all volunteers. Volunteers have this attitude, I'm doing you a favor. They don't realize the importance of Dharma. Oh my God, that's one nightmare. I used to watch the committee talk and go on and on at Geshe Center. I sit there, oh, poor Geshe. I would hear them. It's not here, it's universal. Everything is no, cannot, no, cannot. Always. But yet they're devoted, they want to do Dharma. They're doing the best they can. They're not doing the best they can. They're not doing whatever they can because they don't realize what will happen to them later. They don't realize about future lives. They don't realize about their death. They don't realize what really is behind the corner. They don't realize. It's very scary. Very, very scary. So when we don't give up and we push ourselves and we keep doing it, we will develop the 6 paramitic qualities in us that will be a very great tool when we practice higher teachings to cut away our anger and our ego and our self-grasping. It will be very powerful. Very, very powerful to cut that away. And that's why we have the 9 attitudes to our Guru, which is condensed at the 50 verses of Guru devotion. And there are many books out now from many traditions talking about the relationship between a teacher and a Guru for modern people. for modern people. So you think about that.